Hi there, I am Viljar Hallik. I work for the military in Estonia as a Chief Information Officer in Estonian Defence League HQ. I'm here to give you a little insight into my experiences in the field of information management. I don't think I'll be able to teach you anything new. However, I hope I'll be able to broaden your horizon and give you a fresh angle of looking at stuff that you already know. I was introduced to information management very unexpectedly. Without any warning or training, I found myself in an assistant role supporting the setup of staff training events with hundreds of participants. Every single participant needing appropriate access to information, appropriate permissions on the systems, and so on. This is when I learned the ropes of the IM, or the information management. That was 7 years ago. My mentor at the time said that learning IM was like eating an elephant. So how do you eat an elephant? One small bite at a time until you realize you have done it all. I'm sure you know that information management is really an old art, and mankind has done it for centuries. Information management started as soon as we began recording things. We collected our recordings to libraries, and librarians essentially became the first information managers. Something changed when computers came around. Before computers, we had these professionals, librarians, who stored information in the right place, in appropriate formats, with correct labels, etc., etc. Now, with computers, everyone can create and store information, and suddenly, information management is not for professionals only. Everyone has to do their part and make sure we can make sense of what is available to us. 2.5 years ago, I was appointed to my present job as the Chief Information Officer, and I have found this a delightful challenge. This was the situation when I started. An organization of roughly 20,000 people. Information management has not been coordinated centrally, and thus many different information management tools and procedures are being used. Some of them very good, some less good, and some procedures overlapping, resulting in duplicated information. So it's hard to find the one version of truth. So where do you start? I fell back to eating an elephant, one small bite at a time. I'm sure you have heard of people, process, technology, the three vital elements of an organization. Information management is in the middle of these elements. I divided my approach to these three avenues. People. First of all, awareness, then training and involvement. Process, the information management plan. Procedures, responsibilities, information owners. And technology. Embrace the technology, but do not let the tools dictate your processes. So, to go into these more deeply, first of all, whenever you start implementing information management, you have to have a vision. Why do we need information management? Where will it take us? Information management is an organizational activity. It's how we collect, store, and distribute information so that it can be easily found and used again. Where and how will I find this one version of truth? Earn the support of management, the leadership. If the management does not believe in what you are doing, the organization will not follow. Demonstrate what information management can do for them and the organization. Information management is a leadership function. Leaders need information to make decisions. If the information is of poor quality, the decisions will be poor, and loss of resources, and in my trade, in the military, the worst case, loss of life will occur. A good information management plan will help a lot in this case. So, you must have a plan. It can be called many names. Information management plan, information management concept, or a strategy. But this is the center pillar of my information management. Something that will always be there, that indicates clearly what I want the information management to achieve for the organization. This needs to be approved by leadership, because this helps in implementing it. And then you need to assign responsibilities and owners of information. Information ownership is very important. You have to tell people that if they put information out there, then they are the ones who have to make sure it stays up to date or gets removed when it's outdated. Then, technology. Have the support of your CIS team, the computer guys. The IT people usually understand information management pretty well. They have to handle all these customer requests and trouble tickets every day. They know how important it is to record stuff properly. And they can recommend solutions to your problems. Training. Make sure people understand how information management helps them, and make sure they know how to use these tools that have been given to them. When they see the benefit, they will want to do the good information management on their own without any guidance needed. Well, has anything changed in these 2 years? I can definitely say that motivation and morale have taken a good step towards more positive. People feel more comfortable. It's like having extra headlights installed to your car. You can see further, driving is easier, and there is less stress. But the journey doesn't end here. I have only started to steer the organization in the right direction. I need to be observing and assessing continuously. Note the lessons identified and lessons learned. The next big step is to develop an information management maturity model, so we could measure how good we really are. Well, that's it. I hope I was able to give you some food for thought. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.